Hi everyone, it's Jaden with Refusing to be Mediocre. Today's video is going to be all about how to find your life purpose. So life's big question is, what is my life purpose? Why am I here and what should I do with myself? For some, this can be, how can I be of more service and help others? Other people it may be, how can I be more creative? And others it can just be family related, or how can they be the best version of themselves. Now this question has literally drove me nuts for the last 10 years. I have spent every day saying, what is my purpose, what is my purpose? And I felt lost, completely lost some days, and other days I have more ideas than like a 4-year-old on the possibilities of what I wanted to be when I grow up. So when I hit 30, I was like, surely I must know what I want to do by now. Everybody has that expectation by 30 you should kind of be married, know what your career is, maybe even have children. But for me, the question continued to come up blank. So as I jumped from one shiny object to the other, convinced that this was going to be my life purpose, to then quickly find myself uninspired and no longer interested, to jumping to the next thing. So more out of frustration, I began to invest heavily in my self-development and my growth. I was on a mission to answer my lifelong question on what is my purpose. And this is what I found so far, so I thought I would share it in order to hopefully help people that are seeking to find their purpose. And if it's something that you ask yourself daily out of frustration more than anything, then I'm hoping that these tips and just lessons I've learned will really help you. So I came across a quote that completely changed my mindset on the whole what's my purpose thing, and this is what it is. Your purpose is whatever you decide it is for today. So this quote helped me more than I can fully put into words, but I'm gonna try. So your purpose does not always have to be some big huge thing that's sent to you by angels from God, and assuming that you believe in like a greater good like God or the universe. He gave us complete free will to be and have whatever we want. So I encourage you to stop looking up at the sky, look into the universe for answers. The universe's job is to support you once you decide what it is you want to do. The answers are actually already inside you. All you need to do is sit down, quieten your mind, and listen and tune in with your heart. Now, as simple as that sounds, I do have more top tips and lessons that I learned. I learned that your purpose for today, it might just be listening to a good friend of yours, being fully present and just being there for them. It could be taking care of your physical and mental health by going on a walk and then maybe journaling your thoughts and feelings of what came up on that walk. It could be just fully committing yourself to your job or college at the moment and having faith in the fact that you are where you should be and that it is serving some sort of purpose for you right now, whether that's offering you financial stability or educating you towards something greater. But if you are anything like I was and finding your life's purpose is more of a frustration and something that you think about daily, you could find yourself, you might be a bit uptight and I was in a state of panic that my life was kind of like running away from me quicker and quicker, and that I must find my life purpose like ASAP. I must find it before it's too late. This led to me never being present, never appreciating what I had or where I was, and even what I'd already accomplished. I was always living in the future, which we all kind of know that is the cause of anxiety, and living in the past generally is the cause of depression. And I ended up putting a tremendous amount of unhealthy pressure and expectation for me to come up with the answer ASAP. It was only when I let go that I felt like I could finally breathe for the first time. I got to a place of peace and acceptance on where I currently was and the journey that I had been on. I then learned one of the most powerful techniques I've learned to date. and that was to reframe and reword my primary question. Now, if you've not heard what primary question is before, that basically is we all have a question that we ask ourselves every day. So mine was around my purpose, and that's why I've included it in this video. Other people, it can be, how can I lose weight? Things like that. So if you've not heard that before, it might be worth doing some research on your own. But so yeah, for me, my primary question was, what is my purpose? After asking this every day for 10 plus years, I finally learned that how you ask a question is way more important. So with guidance from the guys at Date with Destiny, which is ran by Tony Robbins, I changed my question to, how can I serve others and grow and contribute today? So straight away, this shift allowed me to fulfill that today. It allowed my brain to actually search and find ways to accomplish the outcome in that question, rather than wasting my energy and mind on, think about it, it's like thousands of opportunities and ideas on what your purpose could be. So when I was just constantly saying, what is my purpose, my brain would scan all of the things that I was interested in, and I would kind of just be like, I'll pick one. But instead, I focused on, what can I do today that is going to fulfill me? I stopped focusing on some big idea that I could maybe accomplish in 5 to 10 years' time. I personally included 3 things that are important to me. So serving, growth, and contribution. And I can meet all 3 of these things, not just in a career and business environment. I can do it in my everyday life. So I can serve my friends by being present and listening when they are sharing a story or an issue. I can contribute by maybe solving that issue for them or helping them solve it for themselves. And I find a lot of growth in listening to other people's perspectives, ways of thinking that I don't currently think. So my biggest life lesson when it came down to finding my life purpose is to breathe and let go. Let go of that expectation that your purpose is one big thing that you need to commit all your time and energy to, and knowing that you can find purpose in doing things with intention. You can actually find fulfillment in the smallest of tasks, like making a cup of tea for your work colleague. I would say my best tip is to be present, take consistent action on the things that make you the best version of yourself, and take some time out every day to be present with just yourself, be quiet, have no distractions, and just give yourself time to really listen to your heart, and just know that you haven't got to pick one thing and it has to be that one thing for the rest of your life. I think we are quite conditioned, in school and through, society, that we kind of have to pick our one partner for life, and we have to pick our, job and career at 16 and do that for the rest of our lives. And we can only have set hobbies and you can't really try new things. I really found a lot of fulfillment and purpose in trying new things, because sometimes you can have the idea that your purpose is, for instance, some people think that their purpose is in creating content and being on social media, but unless you've tried it, at the moment that's still just a fantasy. So go ahead and try it. You'll soon know, your gut instinct will know if that's something you can see yourself doing for the next year or even 10 years. And I personally was discouraged a lot from jumping from hobby to hobby, but how will I know if I enjoy doing it unless I try doing it? Because the idea of something is always more pleasing to the mind, but actually doing it can really answer the question, could this be something that I could turn into a business? So to conclude and wrap this up, I encourage you to try new things. Don't really focus on, how can I turn this into like a business at the moment. Just see if it's something that you enjoy, that it resonates with you, but take time out to be present with yourself. Listen, your heart does know. And yes, we are guided. I believe that we're guided by, spirit guides and the universe, but I really believe that it's more that we're supported, and when we kind of decide something, you'll find that if it's the right path for you, there won't be too much resistance. I think some resistance is good. So I've obviously had to learn to be a better speaker. That's good resistance because it's growth, but it feels really right to me, and I think our gut and our heart and our souls just know. So try new things, and if you get a good feeling about it, pursue it, but don't pressure yourself to make that your life purpose. It will just naturally happen. That's my belief. So I hope that helps, and drop some comments below. I love to hear from people, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.